how to stay conscious. We all know that consciousness is the cure, and consciousness is so important for you to change yourself and to change the life that you live right now. And in my previous video, as I mentioned, consciousness is the cure, and a lot of people ask me, okay Shahid, I understand consciousness is important, but how to stay conscious? Even if we are able to manage to be conscious for some time, how can we stay conscious for a prolonged period of time? And in this video, we are going to discuss how to exactly be and stay conscious, and how that is going to mold your life, and how it is going to alchemize the old version of yourself, and how it will create a new version of yourself. And we'll be going into details of what actually consciousness is, different states of consciousness, and practical ways to stay conscious whenever you want, however you want, wherever you want. So to start with, let's understand what is consciousness. I want you guys to understand and look at consciousness as a beam of light. It is a source of light. And think of anything else, the thoughts in your head, the emotions that you feel, and the feelings that you have in your physical body, and the things all around you. Maybe take all these things as darkness and think of your consciousness as light. This is the light that is going to introduce you to all these things. And with this light, you will be able to see, feel, experience all the things that is outside of you and also within you. So basically, consciousness is the way of living, and consciousness is the reason for you to be alive and to experience all the things in your life right now. But when we get into the states of consciousness, it is mentioned in Advaita Vedanta that there are 3 states of consciousness. The first one is the wake state, the waking state. The next is the dream state, and the third is the deep sleep state. And when we are talking about this consciousness as light, what we are essentially talking about is the wake state, is the awake state, where we are awake, we are not sleeping, we are able to do things, we are able to see things, we are able to feel things in this wake state, in this empirical level, in this physical level. Whereas the other 2 states are also important, and the other 2 states are very important for us to understand this consciousness entirely. So when we talk about the wake state consciousness, it is the thoughts that are going on in your head, the feelings that you feel in your body, and the emotions that goes through all the time. And you might have felt this, sometimes when you are not actually conscious about the things that are going on in your head, it provokes some thoughts from your past, and that thoughts are going to trigger some emotions in your body, the emotions that you felt at the time when the thoughts, the memory actually happened. So you get into this mind and body loop. So you feel all the emotions that you felt in the past just because of the thought that started in your head. But consider this one thing, that if you were conscious about the thought that came in your head, the memory that just popped up in your head, wouldn't it be easier for you to handle that thought? And once you would have handled it in the first place, it might not have got time or space to trigger the emotions in your body. And similarly, it might not have triggered that mind and body loop, the mind and emotion loop in you, so that you might not have felt bad because of the thought in your head. So we can see how being consciousness in a very simple way is going to have a greater impact in your life. So we will talk about this wake state consciousness. That is what this video is going to be about. Let's briefly, get into the dream state and the deep sleep state. So when you get into this dream state, especially, what Advaita Vedanta basically says is, in the dream state, this wake state consciousness becomes unreal and the dream state becomes real. So you might have noticed this, when you are dreaming, the dream looks real, the dream feels real, and it is like you are seeing and witnessing it as a consciousness. So your wake state actually does not be there in the present. It is your dream state that feels real. So this becomes unreal, the present becomes unreal. So this is the dream state consciousness, whereas in the deep sleep state consciousness, the first two states are not present. You are not aware if you are dreaming, or if you are not aware of you being awake. So the absence of the first two states is the deep sleep state consciousness, and you might have noticed this sometimes while you are very deep asleep, and you might not have dreamt anything, or you might not have felt anything. You just remember when you fell asleep and you just woke up. The time span of you being asleep is just gone. You were not aware of it, and that is the deep sleep state consciousness. So let's get again back to the wake state consciousness. That is what we are going to be talking about in this video in detail. So as I said, the thought and the emotion loop is being triggered by some kind of previous past memory, and you are getting into that same emotion loop again and again and again. You are feeling the same emotions like the past. You might feel anxious, you might feel bad, you might feel sad, or you might feel stressed, anger, guilt, shame, all these emotions. Basically the survival instincts kicking in, and you are clueless how to come out of this. And I have been in this situation, and I've seen a lot of people who struggle to cope with the thoughts that are going on in their head, cope with the emotions that are going on in their body. So in my previous videos, we spoke about how to change the thoughts and change yourself, change the experiences that you have in your life. That is okay, that is cool. But what if you are someone who is going through something in your life, or you went through something in your life that might be bad or undesirable, and that is stopping you from becoming a newer version of yourself? And as we have spoken already, you and the older version of yours, the things that happened in your past, it's the old version, old you, and it is stopping you from becoming a new you. And in between, the path that you will be choosing is the consciousness. So you need to be able to understand how this is going to change the older version of you to the newer version of you. So this consciousness, as we have discussed all along, it is not just being conscious about the things that are around you, noticing the things that are around you, the people around you, and maybe some events happening, or being conscious about the actions that you take, the things that you do, and the things that you say, the behavior especially. It is not just that. Especially what consciousness is, to be aware of what is happening within. Because let's get back to a hermetic principle that is called as within as without, so below as above. So what you have within is going to be reflecting in without, that is outside of you. What you have within, in your head, in your mind, is going to reflect. If you fear of something, then that fear is most likely going to happen in this world, in this empirical level. So as within as without. So as this law is going to be applied to you at any stages of your life, it is very important for you to have something good within, something that you are desired of within, so that desire is being manifested, or it is being created without. If you have something that is undesirable, that you're not okay with within, then it is going to be showing up without, that is outside of you. So you being aware of what is within is the purest definition of consciousness. Because when you are aware of the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions that you have within, you show or direct the light of consciousness on all these things. So when you show the light, the darkness just vanishes, the darkness just goes away. And this also mentions, or this also goes into a principle of duality. We all think that light and darkness are opposites, but no. The absence of light is darkness, and the presence of light is light. That is the illuminated feeling that we have. But absence of this light is darkness. So you being able to direct this light of consciousness on the things that are within you is going to change everything in your life. And this is another aspect which is going to help you to alchemize your mind and alchemize the way you feel. So basically, alchemy is, the science of turning a base metal into gold. But when you talk a little bit about spirituality, when you relate these two things, it is you turning a bad situation, a bad feeling, a bad thought into a good thought, into a desirable thought, into a great thought, that is from base metal to gold, from undesirable to desirable, from not so good to very good things. Basically, that is what alchemy is. So when you have this light within you, the light of consciousness, when you are able to direct this light on the darkness that is within your head, then all this darkness is going to just go away, because the presence of light is light. The absence of light is basically darkness. So how are we going to do this? Now you might be saying, okay, we do understand that consciousness is light, that is the source of light, and when there is light, the darkness just goes away. We do understand the importance of consciousness, but how, Shahid? How are we going to be conscious? Relax, you're going to get some. You're going to get some, okay? So when we talk about how and related to the consciousness of within, it is pretty simple. I want you guys to understand who you really are, okay? When you have this realization, when you have this understanding within, all the things, all the thoughts are going to come up, and all the realizations are going to follow up just as it is. Because I don't want you guys to be following any particular technique or any particular thing and just get entangled by that thing and not get or reach the goal that you are desired of. So speaking of this, how to become conscious and how to use this consciousness to change the things that are happening in your life, it is basically, think of you as your body and think of you as your mind. So you have to know what you really are. And there is a very famous thing that goes on, very famous idea, that is your body, mind and soul. So I want you guys to understand, are you your body? When you think a little bit, you will be able to understand that the body that you were born with, that is a baby body, keeps changing, keeps growing, and you are an adult and you turn into an older person and your body keeps changing. At the end of your life, you're going to leave this body and this body is going to be buried under, in this earth. It's gone. You're not going to take this body. So when you are alive and when you are dead, the you in that entire lifespan is not your body, because you're going to leave this body when you are dead. Okay, then are you your mind? Let's think of this. What is your mind composed of? Your mind is composed of the events that happened in your life, the belief system that you have, the memories that you hold, the future plans that you have for yourself, the idea about yourself, and the idea you hold about this world, the idea about others, and all the things constitute the mind. So if you think about this, even I have a mind, you have a mind, all the other people have minds. But why is this so different? If we all are humans, we all have mind, we should be having the same mind. We should be having the same things in the mind. Why is it so different? And a very interesting thought that might provoke or intrigue you is, what if someone loses all the memory that they have in their life, and they lose everything that they have stored in their head all of a sudden, maybe because of a tragic accident? They just lose who they are, because they don't know who they are, they don't know their family members, they don't know the events that happened in their life. So basically, the mind can be changed. That is what we are talking about. So you are not your mind. Mind can change, and mind is very unique to each and every human being. So you are not your mind, you are not your body. Then you are the consciousness that witnesses the body and the mind. You are that one entity that looks and that feels, that experiences this mind and this body. So when you realize this, you understand your true nature itself is consciousness. You are the consciousness. You are the consciousness that is conscious of the body, of the mind. And that is your true nature. Anything other than this, anything that makes you feel that you are not this consciousness, are all false. When you have this clarity, when you think of the things that I just spoke about, you will feel the real self, the truest absolute self of you within you. You will understand this mind and this body is not the real you. So, and then we can again talk about the concept of Maya in Advaita Vedanta, but that goes on. That is a different topic. I'm not going to get into that. So let's stay on topic. So now you are aware that you are the consciousness. Being conscious is your normal state. Being conscious is the real you. So a very basic thing that you can do, a very basic technique, or let's say very basic way that works for everyone, is for you to sit alone in a quiet place for 15 minutes every day. You close your eyes and tell yourself, I'm not this mind, I'm not this body, I am the consciousness. That's it. When you sit for 15 minutes every day, close your eyes. And people always complicate things. This is a meditation, but people complicate things by using guided meditation, by using all sort of different meditation. But I have used this and this works. People know that this works. So just 15 minutes every day, sit down, tell yourself, I am not this mind, I am not this body, I am consciousness. You might feel that for some time, your mind will be very loud. It will say, no, what are you saying? What are you doing? We have been together for so long. You're saying that you are not me, you are not mind. And even your body will be like, you were so obsessed with me for so long, and now you're saying, you are not me, we are not same. And you will get all these thoughts in your head. It is very normal to get all these cluttered thoughts. But in order for you to declutter it, the only thing that you need to understand is to stay in the idea of that you are consciousness, and all this noise will fade away. The more attention you give it, the more it will grow, but you stop giving it attention, you just see it as it is. You being a watcher is going to change the game. You being the watcher is going to just take away the power from your mind, and you are the person who is going to be responsible for the way your mind is and your body is. So for 15 minutes every single day. And it is also said that a silent mind, a quiet mind is a God space, and God listens the loudest in a quiet space, in your quiet mind. So once you feel this silence in your head, that inner peace, that inner silence, that inner space, the safe space that you have created for yourself in your head is going to make you feel that I have been worrying about a lot of things that happened outside of me for so long for no reason. There was no reason behind it. I am good. Everything is good. The peace is within. When you are peaceful, when you have reached this, then you will be witnessing the experiences that you have in your life is going to change, of course, because there is a very famous quote. It says that when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at changes, and you will be experiencing it when you are conscious about all these things. So when you are conscious, you will know what you are not, and you will know what you are. Once you are that, then the change is the only option for you. You can change into anything that you want. You can be the best version of yourself. You can be the most intelligent person that in your classroom, and you can achieve all the goals that you have set for yourself, the fitness related goals, the education related goal, or spiritual goals, or financial goals. Any goal that you have for yourself can be achieved once you are able to understand the truest nature of yourself, and you're not your mind, you're not your body. And you are alchemical. You can change yourself, you can change the state you are in right now, and you can change into any state that you want at any particular point of time once you come out of this mental prison that you have built for yourself. I hope so this video has helped you in some way, and more similar videos are going to be in this channel. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye.